Okay, guys, well, more model runs are starting to come in with the storm. Some bring it further north, some bring it further south. Now, I just want to say a couple things real quick. If you try to start drama or fights, I actually had one person accuse me of wish casting. When I don't do that, I cover what my region says, and sometimes in worst case scenarios, I cover areas that could get hit by historic events, like the upcoming ice storm down south and the upcoming snowstorm down south. I will be covering you guys as we get closer to this event, but just because I don't forecast in your backyard does not make me a wish caster. Then starting drama and fights is just going to get you blocked, so just don't waste your time with that. Anyways, let's get back to the actual weather itself now. But there was a lot of people that questioned why I made my maps the way I did. So let's go over real quick to a couple of them, okay? Here we go. So people are like, oh, you must be insane. Why are you showing this? Why do I see this as a possibility right now? Well, it kind of reminds me of last March where the cold air pressed in too hard, and I have watched jackpot zones go from Massachusetts to just south of Baltimore and DC. Okay? And this is the kind of pattern that we're starting to gear a little bit into, but I'm not really sold on that just yet. I do think that the storm is going to come further north, but people don't understand what the word preliminary means. That means I am not going to give you blizzards galore, 2 feet I'm not giving you that. I'm not even going to give you any totals because this is honestly just premature and premeditated to think about totals this early. Some people do it and that's fine. I personally do not like doing it. I would rather kind of wait a little bit last minute before the storm starts because I'm not trying to change my map 100 times. So we're going to go over this over here. I do believe that the heaviest snows are not going to be in Philadelphia. But Atlantic City, Baltimore, D.C., Salisbury, Easton, Maryland, Dover, Woodbridge, Virginia, Manassas, Virginia. I think this is your storm, guys. As of now, at least, it can shift north. I had the 50, 75 mile shift arrow north and south, the high volatility zone, because of the northeast southwest flow from the trough can bring the storm up the east coast, and that's a high volatility, just a shift of a difference. I like moderate snows of Middletown, Brick, Trenton, Philly, Cherry Hill, Toms River, running through Hagerstown, and in West Virginia and western Maryland. Lighter snows at this current time is Edison, New York, New Haven, right down to southeast Massachusetts, Boston. I do not think you're in this right at this exact current time. Bring this right through the northern parts of extreme Harrisburg and down into Morgantown, West Virginia. This is my thought right now for this, and I remain unchanged. Again, keyword high volatility. You know, guys, I mean, if you just look at my maps and not just look at your town and read where it says heaviest snows, I mean, I put extra stuff here for a reason so you guys can read them. So you guys should do that. So then I kind of went on 2 different fences. What would happen if the high pressure system was weak and the low pressure system was stronger? It would come up the coast. Your heaviest axis of snows would actually shift right over here, okay? And your lighter snows would be down the areas where it's the heaviest, and you know how the rest goes. Sharp cutoff to the north, moderate in these areas. But this can also happen as well. Suppressed and out to sea. Actually, this happened 3 times last March. Can you believe that? 3 times. Went from, no, the jackpots, and some of them were Ithaca, New York, Albany, Nassau, New Hampshire. Boom, right into D.C. That's almost a 250, 200, 300 mile shift south, okay? So I explained, you know, too progressive, the flow is weak, exit off North Carolina coast. This can happen, okay? This can happen. It's happened to me 3 times last March. I did not forget about that. But going forward, a lot of reasons, one of the main reasons why also New England kept on getting hit with blizzard after blizzard is because the ridge axis was out in the Midwest, not in Montana. When the ridge axis is further west of the Midwest, you shift the storm track west with it. So it obviously makes sense that New England kept on getting hit also because of that. I do not see the onslaught of New England getting slammed like that anymore. I'm starting to focus more on, you know, more like Western Connecticut, Central Western Long Island, Central Long Island, Hartford, New York City, Edison, maybe Eastern Pennsylvania. I'm really basically what we're doing now is we went from focusing on this area just getting slammed, right? This area right here, it's now going to have to shift with the ridge shifting west as well. Now you're gonna have to really, let me make this better. You're really gonna have to shift everything more, like that, I guess. That sounds about good right now. That's my premeditated thought, but, yeah, that's really all I have, at least, for this right here. But, definitely focus on teleconnections, MJO, current observations. I do think the storm is going to come further north. I know the RGM showed going further south. However, as good as that model is, you don't want to use it just yet. The storm is not on top of you, okay? This is going to, storms are models are once again fighting with each other. And it's very annoying. It's very, very, very annoying. But I think we're going to have a clear-cut answer by at least tomorrow. There's definitely going to be surprises with it. But, I do not think anyone in New Hampshire, Albany, you have to really, honestly, be south of Boston. I don't really see big snows in here. Right now, I think the jackpot zones for this storm, and this is currently as of right now, I drew it out, but I'm going to kind of be a little bit of a rough draft with it. South of Philly, I really like to keep the heaviest snows in this area. Right here. Wilmington, Delaware. So that's all I really have right now. Just got to be patient. Model runs tonight will really give us a better picture, our idea of what is going on. The RGM is also not dealing with a coastal transfer storm with energy coming from Canada. This storm is more of a southern origin, and CMC and RGM isn't necessarily strong in that point. NAM model does pretty decent with it. GFS, forget about that model, doesn't know what the hell it's doing with these kind of storms. Focus, big focus is the European ARW, NMM models. Very good models. They brought the storm further north. I think they're going to do a very good job with this, and I think the storm is going to come further north.